Hey guys, it's Nicole. I'm back. It's been a little while. I mentioned in I think my last video that I had a pretty busy couple weeks coming up with a big event I was having for my business, and so I haven't been doing too much scrapbooking. I had gotten a few pages done before, and then I took a little bit of time off, and then I just finished up a couple pages, and then I think I'm just ready to be done with this particular kit. And I don't know if I'm going to work on my Studio Calico kit next, or I'm kind of motivated to work with some Christmas stuff. So I might pull out some Christmas stuff and maybe make a kit and do that while I'm in the mood for it. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do. So anyway, I'm not going to go through everything that I left over. If you remember right, this was an Alison Kreft recorded, and I had 2 full collection kits. So 2 full sets of paper, 2 full sets of the folders and cards, and so that's what I started with. So there's a lot left, and then I added in a whole bunch of my own. I didn't add in any paper, but I did add in a whole bunch of stickers and embellishments. So I'm not going to go through this all in because it doesn't look like I used much because there was so much in it. I do wanted to point out a couple of things though. I did use up an entire roll of washi tape, and I think this is my first time. Now, the reason I used it up was due to a mistake that I made making this little mini album that I'll show you. It makes it look cuter for sure, but I didn't intend to do it. I made some mistakes on where I punched holes and then had to use this to cover up each of the binding edges. And so but I had used this on multiple projects before, so I got a lot of use out of it, and this was the yellow and white striped. So I used up an entire roll of washi tape, which is good because I have so much of it. And I used up quite a bit of wood veneers and clips. Again, I had a lot to start with, so it doesn't look like, you know, I used a whole lot, but I did use up quite a bit of those. I used up some of these. That was an unopened package. I did use up, I know some of this washi. I don't know if I used up any of this. And then just, again, bits and pieces. I did use up the rest of these, so I'm going to just keep whittling this down. I just have these 2 little kind of layering pieces or borders left. So I used up quite a bit of the cards. I did use up all the folders with the mini album that I made. I used up a couple of those, and this was the cut apart the cut apart transparency sheet, and I used up most of those, and I have a few of those left. But I have a few papers left. And, you know, I used up bits and pieces of some old, some newer stickers and chipboard pieces. Nothing too crazy that I use a lot of, but they were all partially used mostly anyway. So, so I have a lot left. I'll just redistribute this into my room into their appropriate spots. And I did get a lot made though, so it was a good kit to play with for a little while. And let me show you what I made here. Okay, so this aside here was an 8.5 by 11 layout that I made, which I don't do very often, but I like to do that every so often. And it's kind of a busier one, but I just basically did cut a smaller, it's like maybe 8 by 10.5, and layered it. And then on the white, I added my own white cardstock, and then just did the photo here, one of the journaling cards here, and a strip of paper here, and then I just kind of did this kind of zigzaggy thing here. I cut apart, this is from My Mind's Eye. It was one big flower. I cut it in half and just did one on the top, one down here, and then this was an old basic gray chipboard sticker, and as well as there and there. And underneath here, I'm not for sure, that's chipboard. I'm not for sure where it came from, but I just did part of my title. I layered it on top of that, and just layered some stickers. These were some from My Mind's Eye sticker sheet. These little hearts were from, I can't remember for sure. I think a old basic gray sticker sheet too. So it's a mix of My Mind's Eye, basic gray, the Alison Kreft. It's kind of a mix of my old and new that I had mixed together. So which is the point. That's what I like about adding in some older product in, was I'm still working with new stuff, but it's motivating me to use up some older items. So there's that one. And then this one, make sure I'm even here. I just cut apart the transparent Polaroid sheet, and then I just put 6 there, and then I just cut down 3 of the journaling cards and layered them underneath, and then I printed 3 black and white photos in the other 3, and then just kind of layered, and I'm kind of got a mess. I need to get some better adhesive going here. I used up quite a bit of wood veneer on this one, so I did 3 cameras here, and then just layered some washi. I used up the rest of what was left of the yellow striped washi underneath, some stickers. Actually, then the parts I cut off of each of these 3, I used the back side of them and then layered them on each side here. So I still used up the entire card, but was able to actually use both sides, which is kind of cool. And I just layered. This is from my mind's eye. Here's some of the clips that came with the Alison Kreft line, and some more wood veneer words. And then this was one of the stamps. I had used the Alison Kreft stamp set, and I just stamped it on a piece of scrap paper and then cut it out. And because it was about me and my husband, so it's in our story, and so our story begins was good because it was about there were pictures taken when we were, well, mostly dating or early married. And yeah, just layered some stickers, and I think that was from an October afternoon maybe. So again, a good use of old and new product together. So yeah, there's that one. If you want any close up or not. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then this one, every once in a while I like to use transparency as the background paper. I think it just is a cool look. So this was the pink graph transparency paper that was with the transparency kit. And then, as you know, I had also gotten pretty much 2 of those also. So I had 2 of everything, which is typical of me, I guess. I like to have my choices. But here I just did a strip of paper here, and actually this was one of my where I had a pile of scraps kind of going, and I just grabbed that pile of scraps and said I want to use these on a layout together. And so these were all scraps cut apart from layouts I'd already done. And then I added in one of the Meyer Road craft doilies here, and then I had pulled that from my stash. I think that was Meyer Road too, I'm not positive though. And just to get some more of that craft over here, I used an everyday, or no, this is actually from the sticker sheet from the Alison Kreft line. I popped out of that, and then I just layered stickers, and this is my mind's, or no, this is, I think Basic Gray, this is my mind's eye, this is Alison Kreft, I'm not for sure on that one. And then one of the clips there, and then I used some of the arrows from the Studio Calico arrow sheet that I'm still trying to use up. It's taking me forever. And I just layered some stickers and some hearts that were on some of the sticker sheets. So again, this is a good mix of old and new product. This is from that chipboard sticker sheet that I've been slowly using as well. I think it was an American Crafts chipboard stickers, and most of the ones that are left are either family or home themed, and so, but this comfort worked well for this. Oh, and then I did use up one of the Dear Lizzie Polaroid frames there as well. So, yeah, so there's that one. Okay, and then I did some pictures from one of my, I'm not sure this one comes, let's see, from one of my vacation albums. And let me see if I can remember which goes which here. That's by itself. I think this is good. Okay, so I did a little 2-pager here, which I like to do, especially with vacation photos, because if you go to like one place, you take a bunch of pictures, you don't necessarily need to do a scrapbook page with, you know, with each picture. So here I highlighted 2 pictures, and then I added kind of the rest of the pictures from that particular moment in the trip. So you can see them here. And so here I just did basically a large layer in the back, and I did 2 photos, and then I did a grouping here, here, and here. I did use the stamps. I used the Love Life stamp, and I used a feather stamp, and also some wood veneers. And this has been a while since I've done these, so some of the more arrows. I think I used up the rest of those color of arrows on that sticker sheet. I used some enamel dots. This was the old Basic Gray sticker. I think this was a Dear Lizzie sticker. Up here, I think that was an old Everyday Eclectic sticker. I'm not for sure what the Love You, but I know this was a Basic Gray. And then on this side, I just put in one of the 4x6. There was a white transparency cut apart that had 4x6. So I put that in there and then added in one of the title cards there. And that's it on there. So it kind of has a cool transparent look, and then a focus on that Today title there. So there's that. And then there's this one here. So make sure I'm not missing something here. I think this is maybe going to be next. Okay. This one was fun. I love this paper. This arrow paper is one of my favorites. So I just basically kind of overlapped 2 photos and just had a good time layering underneath. I used a couple of the doilies, or I think maybe that's one cut in half, and just grabbed some of the cards, and this is very typical of me, just grabbed a bunch of stuff and just layered. So here's, I must have, say I already forgot this, I had 2 Instagram, or the transparent Instagram overlays, so I have 2 of them layered underneath there, and a couple cards, doilies, some stickers, some enamel dots. Then I used 2 of the arrow clips there, a camera in the middle. Here's where I used those 2 pins, and I see a lot of Everyday Eclectic here and here. I love that paper line. I think I've bought it 3 times, and I have most of it used up. I just love that paper line so much. I don't know what it is about it. I just love everything about it. I think that's from Everyday Eclectic. I think that's from Everyday Eclectic. That's from Everyday Eclectic, as well as the camera. So, so yeah, so there's that one. And then this one, and I gotten this idea, I think this was maybe a 2-piece. I'm not positive. I'll have to, it's been so long since I've done these. But I just like the look of having kind of an off-kilter border strip collection there. And then it ended up being pretty simple. I just did 2 photos and then just did little groupings, my title, and then a couple little groupings here. So here's where I used one of the flares, some stickers, another doily title, some stickers, some more of the arrows, and some of the hearts. So yeah, just a mix of stuff that I sprinkled with, I think, Heidi Swap Amethyst. So yeah. So as you can see, I did add in quite a bit of white paper into this for my backgrounds. That's all. Yes. Okay. So this is another 2-pager, and this is actually a full transparent, or a page protector sheet. I'm going to hold off on that and just show you the layout first. So here I have, basically this is also an idea from 2Ps, I believe. Was it 2Ps or was it Masterful Scrapbooking from the Debbie Hodge site? Oh, sorry, I should have written it down. It's been so long since I did these. It's one of the 2. But I just did like 2 basically groupings. And so I did the photo on the left, and then I just did a grouping of embellishments over here. So I used 2 of the 3x4 cards, and then layered some of the transparent, or like the white transparent overlays underneath, one down here and one over here, and then add in some chipboard and the clips, some chipboard there. I cut up I think it's maybe Teresa Collins. I cut up the border strip in half and just used it on the top and the bottom. And so I just try to make sure there's a good mix of, you know, chipboard in both sections, the clip in both sections, the doily in both sections, the transparency in both sections, and then, you know, certain colors. I just went kind of made sure it was even. So this like pink color here, then I made sure I had some down here, and I always am aware of that balance. So there's that one, and then the other side of that is here. I think I can still scrapbook these separately, but for now I'm like, if I just keep them in the album like this with this, you know, next to this page, it'll be perfect. So I just filled in some photos, added in a strip of paper here, a 4x6 card here, and then this was the back of the 4x6 card. I left it as is and just added a little sticker along with washi tape here, and then again, this was double-sided paper, so I just, you know, it does a work for you for this side as well. And so these were all pictures. Like, I didn't need a scrapbook separately because I had scrapbooked a lot from this particular place that we went, but like I really like this photo, so if I get the right papers, like horse-themed papers, I can see myself pulling that one and scrapbooking it by itself. But for now, and if I do that, I can just slip in a 4x6 card, which is the great thing about having these divided page protectors, is that you can change it up, and it's not a big deal because you can just add in another journaling card or title card or decorative card or whatever. So there's that one. And then the little mini album that I made, it's not actually finished, it's just the base part of it's put together because I don't know what pictures I went with it yet. But this is actually, kind of did this on a whim, and then I ended up making a mistake on how I put it together and then punched the holes. And what I learned was the folders needed to be, because it was so thick, I had to cut the folders in half before I punched. If I kept them as folders, it got so thick that I missed a bunch and they were off. So I went back through and cut each of them in half. So then you have like one folder is, I don't know where that came from. So basically one folder is a page, or one half of a folder is a page. So the folders, some of the cards, I added in some little doilies for fun, and these little, they're different sizes of folders, and then I added in some of the transparent cards as well. So basically, what I just did is I just put in different sizes, and I just kind of made a fun little mini album, and I just got to figure out what I want to do with it. So here's another transparency. I love little albums like this. So when I kind of figure out what I want to do with it, I'll just add in photos. And I think I'm going to actually store this with whatever leftovers of this collection that I have, just so that I have it, all the coordinated pieces together. So it can, I can make sure that it matches really well when I put it together. There's not a lot left, just paper and some of like the sticker sheet and stuff. But that way I still have some leftover pieces to use, in here when I decide what I want to do with it. And so there's that. It's actually quite a few pages. I might have to get bigger rings in there once I get photos in there and embellishments. But I thought it'd be a really fun idea, and I don't use the folders very often in my pages. So I thought, hey, to get them used up, I'll just make a mini album and add in some of those. So I think I got 2 of each of these sheets, so I had plenty to use up, and I had 2 full sets of the folders and 2 full sets of the cards. So I was able to use some on pages and some in here, and I still have some left. So there's that. So there's the front. I just layered some stickers and washi, and then put a wood veneer and enamel dot on there. And then this is where I use all that yellow washi because I messed up. And if you look really closely, you could still probably see the crazy holes, but that washi covers it up pretty well. So there is that fun little project. Just got to get photos in there and complete that. So I'm happy. I got quite a bit done, and I'll get these put in my vacation album, and I'll just probably put this in a bag with the rest of this stuff, the Alison Kreft line, and work on that another day, and I'll just move on to my next kit. So thank you for watching. Sorry I've been away. I have another busy day about a week and a half from now. Another really busy time for my business, and I know someone had asked me to do maybe a video of my shop, and so I might do that one of these days. And until then, I will see you guys later. Happy crafting. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.